The sun brings much light and hope into a horoscope. Jupiter brings much blessings, Purva Punya. What does Saturn bring? It brings longevity, durability, and purpose. It brings a sense of purpose in your life. It is a natural karaka for profession. If Moon is the natural karaka for mother, whenever you talk about profession, you need to look at that person's Saturn. Saturn or Shani affects matters of the first house. From the first, he gives his aspects to the third, 7th, and 10th houses. Now, these predictions are general predictions only. You must take into account the condition of lords of the 1st, 3rd, 7th, and the 10th houses. Shani is exalted in Libra, debilitated in Aries, comfortable in Capricorn and Aquarius, exceptionally powerful in the Mula Trikona signs. And the Mula Trikona signs are 1, 5, and 9, which is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. What is the first house? The first house denotes self, your thinking, your actions. And Shani brings separation. So what separation and detachment is happening here? You perform much selfless acts. You're well known among your friends and family because you are the selfless person. And connection to the third house makes you a motivator. You go through much difficulty and blocks to rise in life, and you don't want to let others to go through the same. You may be the last child in the house, yet you possess a long life. There is some sort of duty to take care of your siblings, though you are not able to derive the benefits from the siblings. You may stay far away from them. There's always a pragmatic approach towards life. Rise in life is slow but steady, depending on how quickly the karma is dispensed. You may appear quite mature for your age. You're God-fearing and law-abiding. There's always a practical approach towards life. The style of dressing is simple, very pure thoughts, and much attracted to humanitarian cause. These people always think about the betterment of others. And when they talk from experience. They know how hard life is. These are the people who call a spade a spade. And that's why they can be mistaken as harsh. Now, the connection between the third and the first house demands progress by own efforts. There could be much lack of progress in the early years of life, but the person shows equal determination to rise above the shortcomings. They are not there all the time in their lives stuck in one corner. They are always progressing in a very slow but steady manner. They can be initially somewhat not so good in writing and expressing themselves, but then they improve. They improve over time. They understand the hard facts in life. They know that nothing comes easy. They must always put in self-effort to achieve something. And they somehow demand the same from others. So they can be thought to be disciplinarian. They can be perceived as authoritarian. The drishti of Shani on the 7th house involves partnership. There will be much maturity in the partnership. You can see both husband and wife will carry out their duties with dedication. There's much respect from others, yet they maintain this simple disposition. They don't show off their wealth, and they carry out their duties to perfection. There can be initial delays to marriage, but the marriage will be long-lasting. One has to be careful to avoid imposing too much restrictions on the partner, because Shani is all about right and wrong. I'm telling you, this is how you should do things. Otherwise, you're going to suffer. I have seen it. So they try to impose that on the partner. The partner may get frustrated, or the partner may get along fine if the partner is a workaholic, works in a faraway land, or often stays away from home. And this person with Shani in the first house, they carry this extra burden of taking care of the partnership. They feel like they have this duty to guide the partner. And along that process, they lose their identity into the partnership. They become the driving force behind the spouse. Connection to the 10th house. This involves karma. These people have this spectacular ability to undertake hard work and long projects. They dislike shortcuts. They don't like to lie. They don't like to cheat. They rise in their profession through sheer determination and hard work. They prefer adherence to standards. They're good in judging others, but they somewhat struggle in delegating duty to others. They enjoy much respect and authority due to their own efforts. When they land a promotion, the whole office agrees that they somewhat deserve it. Now, Saturn is a hard taskmaster. Most of the tasks are long-term in nature. These are slow but big projects. They must learn to exercise and find a suitable hobby to vent out their frustrations. They need a lot of stamina. In the younger days, they may feel demotivated seeing others achieving early success, but they don't realize that their life goals are actually much larger, much more intense. They feel frustrated because they can't see what are the big things that they are yet to encounter in their life. They don't see the big picture. If Saturn is not dignified, or if Saturn is debilitated, one may become lazy, they procrastinate, they can even tell lies, but all this depends on the upbringing. There's a tendency to sacrifice own pursuits. They go out of their way to help others. Others often take them for granted. There comes a degree of self-neglect, but at a later stage, when they mature, they realize that people can look after themselves. And then they turn inwards and look at self-development. People with Saturn in their first house need to learn the value of self-worth.